So the other night we decided to go to Beto's to get some dinner. Beto's is basically a hot sandwich place. Burgers, we had a French dip, and we've also had Cuban sandwiches, Philly cheesesteak. A lot of times we'll each order, and then we'll split it because they cut them in half, and we'll have we'll have one of the others. And so it's just a little place, and it's a couple blocks from the house. So there it is. It's the inside. All right, and then from there we decided to walk down to the plaza, and mostly what you're going to see are the streets along the way. Toward El Centro. This is Zaragoza. That's where Beto's is. Then we turn toward the lake and walk down to Seis Esquinas. Seis Esquinas is one of my favorite neighborhoods because there's some really interesting, well, you're going to see my thumb over the lens. There's some really interesting murals down there, and it's the neighborhood where Carmen grew up. So a lot of times when we walk through there, we run into somebody that she knows. The best part is it has a huge shade tree with some benches and an ice cream shop. And I think ice cream shops are very important contributors to society. I like this mural. That's the big tree just in the corner, and you'll see it in the next shot. And there it is, and there's the ice cream store straight ahead. So after that, we continued. I think we walked up Hidalgo, walking east toward the plaza. And then we made a turn again toward the lake. I think on this corner where that little tienda is, we turned down that street. I don't remember the name of it exactly. And then from there, I guess the next street below it would be Ocampo. So that's the one that we took right into the plaza. Kids in their school uniforms, sort of walking up the only hill between our house and the plaza. Hill is 60 feet high or something like that. Try and stay on the shady side of the street. This place. The guy is French and his wife is from Ocotlan, and it's a pizza place. And we stopped in there one night on the way home about 9:30, 10 o'clock. They were still open. One little table right outside. It was really good. And now that's the bank on the corner by the plaza. The plaza's to the left of that photo. And now you're looking at the plaza. And let's see, and that's to the left is the delegation. It's kind of like the city hall. And that's the little chapel on the plaza. It's not the main church. The main church is a block off of the plaza. So that's the kiosk. So again, that's Carmen. I think she's probably waiting for a frappuccino or for a pez. And now that's looking at the delegation. Walking away from Carmen was having her cappuccino, or frappuccino, sorry. Still looking at the plaza. You can see the church in the background, and now we're back to that delegation. We're going to turn, now we've turned toward the lake. So we're walking on Cologne, south, toward the lake. Very secure building. I don't remember what it is exactly. Galleria. That's the Pelican Gardens. It's a nice restaurant inside there, and they have pelicans roaming through the garden. Very colorful dental office. A money exchange. We just use the ATM. I guess if you're exchanging huge amounts, you might go to a money exchange. And that's sort of the last block toward the Malecon, toward the lake. See, pretty colorful buildings along the way. Yeah. Case in point. That was getting a coat of paint. I don't think it's going to be quite as colorful. Black wings, but I guess that's chicken wings. That is ice cream. I know that. I recognize the ice cream stores. And sort of my favorite building is on the right, the murals on it. That's the Tango restaurant. That's across the street from the Tango. And there it is, that's the Tango. So the whole wall is covered with murals. They moved into there in the last few months. They were at a different building further up the street. So this building is the last one before the Malecon going south, or if you're leaving the Malecon and going north, it's the first building. On the other side is another restaurant, and you can see the golden sunlight hitting them. So I'm standing out on the pier. And that area on the weekends is full of kiosks, people selling things. This was a Thursday night. The town was virtually empty. So that's Mount Garcia in the background on the south side of Lake Chapala. That's the pier on the left. To the right will be the Malecon, and that's where we're going to walk. This lady, Carmen has a big smile on her face. They don't know each other, but by the time they said hello and told each other to have a good day and isn't it beautiful weather, and it was a conversation. But people are very friendly. If I'm ever not happy, I can go for a walk, and within 2 blocks, 3 people will have said hello, and usually with a smile on their face. I don't know exactly what kind of tree that is. I looked it up, but I didn't write it down. I didn't remember it. I don't know, guy selling nuts or something. The Ajijic sign. It's obligatory to stop and take a picture there. And that's the skate rink. I think he's a Jack Russell. I don't know who he was with. Seemed to be with somebody, but maybe not. They're not always with somebody. Heading toward the basketball courts, and this guy just loved. He had his cotton candy in one hand, and he had a great smile on his face. Now we're walking. The Malecon makes a little break, and then it starts up again, and this is sort of looking to the west. That's looking back to the east, so that's a reflection of what will soon be the sunset. That's the end of the Malecon. So there's a few guys sitting there, a couple of dogs and a motor scooter taking a break from the evening sun. Somebody having dinner. I don't know how many photos I've taken of that boat and the several other that are on the shoreline. And now we're looking up from the lake toward the mountainside. Now we're in the same spot looking south toward the lake. There's a soccer field on one side there. But these are some of the roof dogs. There actually were 3 of them up there. That just shows the first 2. And now we're just sort of walking back home. That street's quite not as well kept as most of the others. Narrow streets. Some of them are cobblestone, or as some people say, rocks. And now we're going to start the little map thing. So you'll see a repeat of some of the pictures. I think this little app holds about 50 photos, where I think I probably showed you double that. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking. If you had all enjoyed it, please let everybody know by giving it a like. And if you really like it and want to see more, want to be notified of them, please feel free to subscribe. It is free. Click on the notification bell. There's my finger over the lens. These are all shot just with an iPhone, and not even on the latest model. This is an iPhone SE 2nd generation, so I guess it's 2 to 3 years it's been on the market. And it's small, and I paid, $400 or $500. We have 2 of them. Bought one, liked it. Carmen liked it, so we got another one. All right, I'll shut up. Thanks for watching. Take care.